Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk NEPA shock football, 8-man football that is. Malcolm Singleton, the head coach, joining us right now. Malcolm, for you, season getting ready to start in March. We're getting close to February here, but I'm sure you're pretty excited with a group of guys that are probably working hard and getting ready to hit the field, huh?
Absolutely. We've been going at this thing since about the end of November. We're eager to go. March 19th, we start off with the Cumberland Valley Hitmen. So we're ready to go. We're all fired up for this one.
Talk about the love of the game that you have for playing football, and you played for a while. Now you're going to be coaching some guys. It's just a great game, huh?
Oh, absolutely. The funny part about it is that a few of the guys that are on the shop were my teammates in years past. So it started off kind of weird, but they understand my love and passion for the game, and they know what I expect because they played with me and saw, the things that I've done. So it wasn't as awkward of a transition as I originally thought, but, we all want the same thing, and we're ready, and I know that those guys are eager to be led because I'm eager to lead them.
Let's talk about 8-man football. You guys play outdoors, playing all teams from Pennsylvania. Tell us about the level that you're playing at and the type of talent that we have here for the NEPA Shock.
Well, personally, I believe that we have the most talent in this league. And I'm not just saying that because this is my team. It's a very bold statement, but I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. We have a lot of great talent from all over Pennsylvania. And yes, a lot of the teams, we have to travel for a few games, a couple 3-4 hour games. But, this game right here is so passionate, and we love to play this game in this area. 8-man football is a little different from what a lot of people expect. It's outdoors, but it's so much fun. It's fast paced. It's high scoring. It's everything that you would want in football. So I know that this league better be ready for us because we're coming out, we're ready.
And your roster right now is pretty much set. I mean, you have a large roster. You're probably going to whittle it down a little bit. There'll be some injuries like there are for every team and every sport, and hopefully those guys will get healthy. But tell us a little about some of the key cogs of this year's team that you have expectations for.
Well, the expectations for our team is the same as it's always been, even when I was playing. Our expectation is to be 1-0 after each game. That's the only thing we expect to do. And then at the beginning of the next game, it starts all over. We don't want any carryovers from any last week, good or bad, because we're going to be focused on the task at hand. Now, with the guys that I know we have, I do expect to be, on the winning side of a lot of these games. That's our goal. That's our motivation and focus. So, like I said, we expect to score at least one more point than the other team, and that's the only expectation that we really do have at this point, and let the chips fall where they may.
Malcolm, in seeing some of these semi-professional teams play over time at different leagues and different things, having that discipline and making sure guys are focused on that team concept, having a guy like you around, I would think, would help with that discipline component. A guy who went through it, who's been around teammates, and now they know that you're kind of a no-nonsense kind of coach that's not going to put up with that.
Well, that is a compliment, but credibility is everything. And on this level of football, where guys have, full-time jobs and families, that they leave to come play with us and don't get paid for, you have to have some sort of credibility. One of the things coming onto this, the guys knew. The guys knew how I was when I played. They know what I expect of them, and I know what's expected from them. So, yes, being a disciplinarian is something I hope I don't have to be much of, but with the group of guys that we have, they understand how important this whole thing is and how blessed, lucky, and privileged we are. So these guys are ready, and I haven't had to do much disciplining, and I'm not going to will when I say that, but these guys have been, the mindset from day one has been awesome. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm glad that I'm able to lead this group into the battles.
Malcolm, let's talk a little bit about growing up for you, playing the game of football, some different places that you have played, and some influences in your life that for the love of the game, whether it was players or coaches that you had.
like every kid growing up playing this game, you watch these NFL guys. I was always a big Ray Lewis fan. I'll never forget when he got drafted, and he thought he should have went higher than what he did, and he was blessed to be drafted, but he said he was going to make every team that passed on him pay. And from when I heard that, and I was a little bit younger, that always gave me the motivation because football. It exposes your weaknesses and it strengthens your strengths. And that's what I've always been about. I wasn't the biggest guy. I was a 5'10", 240-pound defensive lineman. So I had to have some sort of heart just to compete, in that position. And I've always been like a Ray Lewis guy. I loved Michael Strahan. So as you can tell, I was a defensive end. I was a defensive guy. But those were the guys that, always gave me the motivation, if I lacked any, to just take it to the next level.
And Malcolm, let's talk about where people could check out the NEPA Shock, whether you guys have a website, where you guys actually play. Tell us a couple of those things.
Yes, March 19th is our season opener, but our home opener is April 3rd. We're going to be at 226 Spring Street in Moosic, where the Moosic Raiders youth team used to play at. So April 3rd is the big home opener. And if you want to get more information on the NEPA Shop, leaguelineup.com/NEPA Shop. We update that page daily with always different announcements, different things that we do in the community, all of those things. So to keep up with the team, leaguelineup.com/NEPA Shop. That'll be the best way to get the latest information on the team.
All right, Malcolm, well, it was great catching up with you. I know you got a lot of work to do here as February approaches, as you guys get ready for the season on March 19th. So we wish you well, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Go Shock, and we're going to be ready to shock the world this year.
NEPA Shock here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.